All right, welcome everyone. This is the initial episode 1 of the show. We're obviously in a quarantine. I'm working with limited gear. This mic isn't even plugged in. It's true. It just looks good. It's a really good mic, but it's not plugged in. I'm working off a laptop and just a miracle of science right now to make this work. So I appreciate any audio issues with the stream. Just I got it. Let me know. Just be kind. I could use your support as I try to figure this out. That being said, this is the first show. What is this show about? Well, let's get into it. Let me bring it in a bit. The show is all about art, music, weird shit, science, some love stuff, some health stuff, and the future. Lots of future stuff. The why? Because we're in the middle of quarantine. This is something I wanted to do for a long time. I wanted to have my own kind of I've always wanted to produce a cooking show. This isn't a cooking show, but this is the start of a cooking show, right? Maybe eventually I'll make you an omelet. But for right now, this is just a show to get us through with some entertainment. It's dropped. I'm here by myself in my glorious studio. Once in a while, I'll look over into the background as if someone is there, and I'll instruct them. That's just my mental mind accommodating for the fact that I've been in solitude for quite a while now. But here we are. Well, fuck it. Let's begin this show. The first thing we want to do with this show is actually just let's get grounded. Let's talk to everyone. Let's find out who's out there, what's going on. So basically what we need to do is, it feels like we need to do a news segment. So yeah, the news segment. Basically what's going to happen in the news segment is we're going to talk about the different things happening in our local community. It's not going to be probably relevant to most people outside of Philadelphia, but it'll definitely be entertaining, I'm hoping. And it will definitely be entertaining in other worlds and just in an abstract kind of way. So appreciate the news. We're going to be timely with the news, as timely as we can in our now very open schedule. So the most important thing we're going to do is we're going to get right down to business and talk about the big Q in the room. Day 25, that's right. For me, it's day 25 in Philadelphia. I don't know, it was a couple of days before the official quarantine, and I think I'm there with some friends, but yeah, I've been locked inside my house for 25 days. I've taken a couple of 40-mile bike rides, and it's been good. I feel really good about that. I think everyone should just kind of get out there and explore and stay away from people. Stay away from people is the big thing. Yeah, I don't even know the advice. Don't listen to me about advice about this, because clearly there's been a non-logical disinformation, non-centralized, no leadership kind of situation. So just do your research, talk to a nurse, talk to a medical professional. Hopefully in the next couple episodes, we'll actually be getting live interviews with our Zoom friends. I didn't want to do that on the first one because that's just too much tech right now. But maybe we can get some answered questions if that's something you'd be into. All right. Probably something you guys are all very curious about is, what is the weather? It's 68 degrees probably if you're environmentally conscious. I like 68 degrees. 65 at night. That's just where I'm at. I'm a little luxurious, I realize. That's just where I'm at. Probably the next thing you want to know is just, like the action. We've been like stuck into our couches. We would love to see some physical activity, maybe the sports. Unfortunately, there are no sports. I do a lot of rope dart, and in my house I have knocked over lots of photographs so far, which is great. So I hope everyone's keeping active. I'm doing a yoga regimen. I'm on day 15. I just did my first headstand in my life. It feels pretty good, unsupported. Yeah. So I highly recommend you do one of these 30-day yoga things or energy things. It's probably good for you. All right, apparently that's the end of the news. That's great. Thank you, Bob. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for giving me the heads up. Fucking Bob. Anyway, so the next thing we're going to do is, that was just like the news, whatever. Who gives a fuck about that kind of news? We're going to talk about the local news. Our local community, Camp Fuck It, has apparently deemed non-essential. This has created the largest stockpile of fucks ever given in Philadelphia. This community has gotten together to support their friends and their neighbors, and to really like make a difference and make them feel loved and not forgotten, as we're all isolated in ourselves. And I'd like to highlight 3 specific individuals who totally blew my mind, because I was kind of feeling lonely, and wow, they showed up with my own set of flowers that they had given to 38 different people. They had driven in a art car, a golf cart kind of situation that was shooting Lysol instead of like fire cannons. It was pretty impressive. I felt very clean, I felt very safe, and I also got a cool little daisy. I should have put a daisy flower picture, but I think you guys know what a daisy looks like. It was kind of magical, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, thank you guys so much. So for keeping up that safe spirit, and but still letting, it actually meant a lot. It was silly, I'm sure it was fun for you guys, but I'm sure for the 38 other people that received these flowers, it meant the world, because we're all going all nuts right now. So thank you guys, thank you.
Celebrity news.
All right, that brings us to the artist quarantine. Making shit during all of this shit. That's what we're doing here. We're making shit during all of this shit. As an artist myself, I've been making a whole shit ton of arts. I'm lucky to live in a house that also has a full art studio, so I've been laser cutting things and doing all sorts of fucking new LED art, and kind of spending most of the day studying lots of new software and just kind of really catching up. And as someone that's like professionally, as a technical person, just to be able to have this time to catch up and everything is pretty amazing. And also, now that we're not working, to be back at a zero budget and be back at that like starving artist kind of like, I want to do this but I have no budget. It's really kind of, it's unfortunate, but it's like invigorating, and it's giving me these new pathways to kind of to find art. And there's a lot out there, and there's a great community. That's what I'm discovering. There's like, especially in the tech world, there's just a great community of people that are sharing tools to make shit happen, including OBS and everyone that supports OBS. That's great. So the first artist I would like to feature is a local Philadelphia artist, Corey Fox. He is an illustrator. He's a fine artist. He does lots of stuff. I've commissioned art for him. He's done illustrations for pieces of art that basically got grants for us. He's an amazing Philadelphia fixture. If you're in Philadelphia, or even if you're not, you should definitely check out Corey Fox's work. He's not hard to find. He looks like this fine gentleman. But anyway, his great contribution to the week to make us feel really great about ourselves was this music video that not only features a song that I think was written by the artist Seal, which is one of my favorite artists. I'd say definitely in the top 50 of artists. There's a lot of artists there, but I love Seal. I really hope it's a Seal song at that point. But either way, it doesn't change how I feel about Seal. And it also is the wedding song of one of my dearest friends, Easy and Morgan. So he did this beautiful cover song, and I'm just gonna just let it play because it's spectacular.
There used to be a gray tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. The remains of dropouts to high upon the hill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the bloom on the grave. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. Feeling like a float addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is it healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the bloom on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me you're like a float addiction that I can't deny. Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the bloom on the grave. Yes, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, the light hits the bloom on the grave.
Wow. Corey Fox, I mean, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, that was, moving along. We got a lot to cover. Our next good friend is coming from us all the way on the West Coast. She is a photographer. Clearly, I mean, look at this profile pic. I mean, I'm all pixelated and shit. I know better. I've just been kind of in a quarantine. This lady knows how to take a picture. She's also an amazing therapist and a great, just a great human all in general. She brought us a really fun video about a mouse that howls and kills scorpions. Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot going on there, but enjoy this. Thank you, Becca, for sharing this this amazing piece of Animal Planet footage. Thank you.
In the middle of the Sonoran Desert, this mother grasshopper mouse tends to her pups. While tiny and adorable, don't be mistaken, this is not your common house mouse. From the day they are born, these mice are natural killers. Insects, lizards, scorpions, and even other mice are all on the menu.
Bobby, is that
This
you?
mouse is distinguished from most other rodents in its reliance on a meat-based diet. It regularly takes on prey as large or larger than itself. Making the grasshopper mouse even more of a standout is its immunity to scorpion venom. Not only can it withstand the typically deadly stings, its body has adapted to convert the toxins into a painkiller. After a scorpion, a giant centipede might seem easy. However, these centipedes are venomous. A pocket mouse has already fallen victim to its toxins. The grasshopper mouse isn't intimidated. This time, the trick up its sleeve isn't immunity, but agility. It uses its quick reflexes to avoid the venom from the centipede's fangs. Before it enjoys another fresh kill, the mouse proclaims its territory by howling. The mouse throws its head back and lets out a high-pitched cry into the night sky, giving it the nickname of werewolf mouse.
Wow. Thanks, Becca. That was amazing. Right, yeah, I didn't know mice could fuck up scorpions like that. Yeah. Well. Okay, well, next on to our next segment is an important. We figured, this is a great little crossover. We got the scorpion, we got the animals. It's a little intense there. Now we're gonna go to our weekly or daily or whenever the fuck I'm gonna produce this kind of segment called Focus on Corgis. Someone needs to run the empire, and basically our corgis come this week from our good friend Marlena. She is possibly a witch. Apparently this picture probably does not paint a picture of non-wizardry or witchery. But that being said, she has this week submitted her tribute to the corgis, which is these guys. Oh my god. Look at this field picture. This corgi is like so mist. There's like fog. He's got the ears. He's like, I know shit. I'm like, that's the problem with corgis. They know shit. And the holiday stuff, I mean, I've got some issues with this photograph, just in its composition, how it's laid out. It's really cute. Yeah, you got the beautiful animals, but like the feet on the tree. Marlena, we need to talk. I know now that I mentioned this, it's going to drive you nuts, and I apologize about that. But anyway, moving on. That's it for Focus on Corgis. Next, we're going to do some travel pictures. So, as some of you may or may not know, I went to India, and it was kind of crazy. I raced from the north to the south in a charity race, in a three-wheel tuk-tuk race. And I've got a lot of footage. I produced a little film about it, and you can check that out if you want to. But this, so I've got a lot of like still DSLR cameras that I got while I was flying on the outside of this three-wheeled vehicle, and so I'm going to do these little India music a picture review things. And here we go. First of all, this is the Wizard. This is my co-pilot. Wiz is a world traveler as well. He's an artist. He's a traveler. He's gone into deeper and crazier places than I have ever gone, and I've gone to some wackadoo places, and he was so kind to take me along on his journey as his co-pilot and navigator to go from the north of Jaisalmer all the way to Kochi in India in this race. and I was lucky enough to bring a shit ton of camera gear and have a really good time. And here are some of the pictures of that. Ba 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 da ba da ba. Here's a shot hanging out of our fucking tuk-tuk, this roads, fruit stands galore, the cow, the guy, the cow, the dog. It's actually a dog. Look at me. Yeah, it's late. There's a lady cleaning up trash or organizing trash. That one's confusing. This is common. There's another dog. A lot of wild dogs. Watch out the dogs. I never actually noticed all these dogs in these pictures. I would seriously watch out for the dogs. They're a lot. They are wild. They are not really people's pets, and if you're not from the local town, they may not like you. So just be aware of that. Here is a classic picture of India in a weird way, and I don't mean it to be like negative, but it's just like you do have like the people in the background just walking, and then there's literally a young child digging through the trash and stuff. But this is the tamed down stuff. But we're gonna skip through that because that's not right. There's a lot of beautiful there. There's some tuk-tuk in the backyard of some other countryside. There's another child trash pit. There's a lot of trash pit. There's no trash pickup in most places, so people just kind of bury it or burn it. That's what happening. This is our tuk-tuk outside of Mumbai. We tried to avoid Mumbai on our tuk-tuk, but we could not because all roads lead to Mumbai. There's the front. Our team name was Ottamatopia, and that was our lucky otter. All right, some student and a young lady on her way just doing chores. People washing clothes in the river. White mischief. We thought it was really funny and awkward. But more interestingly, this is actually what I eat now almost for breakfast 5 days a week. This isn't it. I eat idli, like little rice cakes, but it was the first time for breakfast I had like sweet. It was like savory but spicy. Like I never had like a spicy food for breakfast. I thought that was the first couple of days was weird, but now it's like what I crave. The first thing in the morning, like, oh, I could use some curry. So it's really kind of changed my whole diet, and it's been really great for me. So if you thought you would never kind of change your kind of focal point on food, it can happen to you. But either way, white mischief. It's so awkward. Anyway, where people walking. This gentleman is washing his teeth on his way to work in a house that has no side of the house. Just a thing. These are Royal Enfield. I love these motorcycles. If there's any Patreon that wants to purchase me a motorcycle just to take pictures of me on the motorcycle, I'm totally willing to do that. I love these things. They last forever. This is one of the many times we got pulled over in India by the police to take pictures. They were very courteous. These gentlemen actually hooked us up with some snacks and some water and directions and everything else. They were super, super great. Yep, and there's Wiz with these fine gentlemen as well, exactly. Gas attendants, we made friends of a lot of gas attendants in India just because we loved talking to people, and they were very curious about our destinations and stuff. Side of the road, bicycle, tuk. All right, that's good for India today. I think we're going to call that. There's like 1,000 gazillion more pictures, but we're going to leave it at there. Side of the road. You can see this red sand. The red sand is like, you'll notice these huge pyres on the side of the road where they make bricks, like red clay bricks. This is basically like the same sand, and they make bricks everywhere, and they'll just pile up. It's just crazy red, beautiful sand. But anyway, that leads us to our next intro. Weird stuff, like extra weird. And really, I've collected some weird stuff. I really just started editing this yesterday and putting this together. So, if you guys have weird stuff, and like, let's not make it gross. Like, you know, I mean, gross is a relative thing, but like, if you'd like to share weird, bizarre stuff that just like it's interesting and makes you go, that's the stuff I'm looking for. Please send it in. I would love to share it with our crazy audience. All right. let's start with the weird stuff. That was a little sneak peek, got you there. But yeah, so we have this beautiful guinea pig who has I'm not sure the style. If a stylist could tune in and let me know, what is the style of that? This bird, that's a real bird. I forget its name. I honestly know. My copy editor, Jane, what are you doing? Where's my copy? Anyway, fashion. I know this is Paris Fashion Week because who could forget? Who could forget? Look at that loveliness. Wow, human. And I love this guy. I think we all love this guy. This guy's just fucking great. This is great. All right, that concludes weird stuff. We're going to end up going back to our artist quarantine section. Now, the next artist that we want to feature is another dear friend of mine who has been cooped up. I think I'm leading in. Cooped up. That's right. Jessica Oob. Jess Oob. Oh, sorry about that little delayed graphic there. So I'm going to have a beverage in my lovely PEX mug that I received after a PEX Summerfest. Oh. A little shout out to everyone over there. Jess sent me a bunch of funky art that she either made or was inspired, or maybe she all made it. I really don't know. And if your work is featured and it wasn't supposed to, I apologize. We're in the middle of a fucking quarantine. I tried my best. Most of the music's cleared. If you've got issues, just call me, or text me, or just like, you know. All right. More importantly, let's get into Jess's art. All right, so she brought in this little flag. It's the social distancing visual guide for gays, which is, so apparently social distancing could either be 1 rainbow flag, 3 drag queen wigs, 6 average dildos, or 42 bottles of poppers. That's funny. I think poppers. I think we're past that. But it is fucking funny. You cannot deny. Thank you, Jess. Thank you very much. What else is there? Oh, look at this. Something more futuristic. Some glamware, some excitement, some stuff. This is good stuff. All right. Familiar fellow. You know, seeing it in the colors, the primaries. I'm a big primary color fan, so I'm into this. This is great. Well, this is. We got beautiful for all the birthday people who were celebrating birthdays during this crisis, including my roommate RJ and a bunch of my other friends, Morgan, and just happy birthday to you all. I can't imagine how much it's gotta suck, but at the same time, you're not dead, which is good right now. We've got more art and artists, wash your hands, you dirty sluts. Everyone's favorite dolphin. It's got some contraband in certain areas of the states, but I feel the dolphin looks consenting. And I'm not a fan of dolphin ever since I heard about dolphin rape, but I mean, I know some people feel magical about dolphins, so I'm going to respect that. We're just going to move on to dolphins. The official grocery store workers are now in the club. Look at that. According to these cats, you guys are superheroes. Thank you. I know you wouldn't be there if you didn't have a choice, and that's some bullshit right there. So I respect that, and I appreciate it for what it's worth. I don't know what's going on there, but I like it. But I don't like it, but I like it. I like it. Oh, so cute. So cute. All right, and that brings us back to 1. All right, well, thank you once again, Jess Oob, for that incredible, insightful creativity share that you have brought to us. Next, we're gonna go for our daily thoughts. Oh, this is a new daily thought segment, and so every end of the show, I'm gonna think about a kind of a pre-ended the show, just a thought to keep you in mind. And one of the things I was thinking about was TP. Like, why is this a thing, people? Like, why is TP? Why did it become a thing? I know we can survive it. This is fucking America. Like, why is TP a thing? And you're probably wondering, where the fuck is this leading? This is like a global thing. I've done my fair share of global travel, and I have been educated in multiple different parts of the world, in states of higher institution, and like I'm familiar with this bidet thing. And my last trip to India is like locked it down. Like, why aren't we doing this thing? And I'm going to steal this a little bit from Duncan Trussell, who once mocked someone about the whole like pitcher of water next to the bed kind of thing, like ha ha ha. And the gentleman talked to Duncan Trussell and referred to it as like, if someone would put some poop on your face, would you be okay with some paper to take it off? And you probably wouldn't. You probably would want something more. You'd probably want to wash your face off. And that kind of goes with the bidet thing. I mean, so we're gonna hit this on like, hey, environmentally, like, why are we fucking throwing all this shit in our fucking like waste management systems? Like, be healthy wise, like, clean your butts, people. Clean your fucking butts. There's like all sorts of cancers and other shit that you can fucking avoid by just clean your fucking butts. It's just clean your butts. Let's not freak out about toilet paper, and let's install one of these. Let's stop being weird about fucking butt stuff. Like, let's just talk about having healthy, clean fucking butts. This is weird, people. This is some Puritan nonsense. All right, I said my piece. Like, I don't think, but the many options of bidet, and that's what this picture scroll is about. It's like, sometimes it's a hose, sometimes it's this weird postmodern thing, sometimes it's just like high-powered Japanese robot that will scorch your bottom with a 300-mile-an-hour 3,000 psi, and sometimes it's something practical like this, like just a little like hose for the undercarriage. Anyway, take this seriously. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with probably the best thing ever. It's the most important thing that you should be focusing on during this time. It is the animals in this world that will be left to prosper without us if this thing continues. Love you guys. See you guys soon.